NANI? What's up guys, in this video I'm gonna cut my own hair.
What?
Alright, so the equipment that I use this trimmer. I got it on Amazon. I'll also be using this buzzer. Once again, I got it on Amazon as well, along with all the clips that it came with. So let's get into it. Okay, so another thing that I use are these GVM lights that I got for making YouTube videos. I've noticed that a key to a really good fade is to have good lighting. That way you can light up the side of your head and really dig in deep as to like how the fade shows up. So get yourself some lights if you're gonna cut your own hair. I also have this little ring light. So if you can't afford something like that, you could always get like 2 ring lights. And I do recommend 2. Having one side of your head lit up and then having the other side of your head lit up. That way you can have all of your head lit up in order to get that fade right. Now for the guards, we're gonna use guards 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I wanna specifically highlight these guards. This is a half clip or a half guard, okay? It's really important you guys get a half guard if you wanna get a clean fade. You also wanna get a 1.5 guard. It's a little bit smaller, but these are gonna let you go in between those numbers in order to get that fade right. So the next step, we're gonna switch to our clothes. Okay, so normally I don't use the cape, but because I'm on video, I'm gonna use the cape. That way I'm not like completely naked and shit. But yeah, this is what we're using. Okay, so this is also key. You need a handheld mirror and you need a big mirror as well. So one for your hand and one so you can look at the back of your head. So you're gonna use this mirror to kind of look at the back of your head. This is gonna let you cut the back of your head because it's really difficult if you're not looking at what you're doing. Okay, so the first step is we're gonna grab our trimmer and we're gonna go all the way around just to mark that first line. I use my right hand for my right side and I use my left hand for my left side. Okay, so this might not be the straightest line. So what I do is I try to go down for the back of my head and kind of like glasses. So you see the arc, I go to the side straight and then come down for the back of the head. And then same thing. Kind of like sunglasses. Next, we're gonna basically take all of this off up to the line. Once you get it all trimmed up, it's time to use your buzzer. You want to open up the blades all the way open. So from all the way closed, you're going to do it all the way open. Now you're going to want to go up 1 inch. So literally all the way open and go up 1 inch. Now we're gonna keep the blades open and now put on that one guard, okay? Guard number 1 and do the exact same thing. Now for when you're going at your hair, you wanna do some C-scoop motions. So you kind of just wanna like scoop it like that. That way it already starts to blend with the hair that's above it. Next we're gonna do the number 2 clip. Exact same thing, blades wide open, all around the head, at least 1 inch, and C-scoops. All right, so that's the second one. Now I'm gonna do the third one. Exact same thing, open blades, all around the head. And yeah, I'm not recording the process because I'm trying to just get through this video. So using the 3, you kind of want to blend it, like start connecting the top head with the bottom head. You don't really want to cut too much. You kind of just want to C-scoop the number 2 with the number 3 onto the top of the head. So don't cut up too high. Okay, and then lastly, the number 4. This one, honestly, I just use for the top of the head to just round everything out to a number 4. Now I don't cut the front part of my head with this buzzer, just the back part, just so it can look rounded. You don't have to do it this way. This is just me and how I do it. Okay, so I use the buzzer to go all around my head. It might not be the look you want, but it makes it manageable for me, so I can do my hair easily. Oh, and another thing that I use is this neck duster to get all the hair out. It allows me to look at the fade a little bit better too. So when I brush all that hair off, you can kind of see the lines. You want to see those lines in order to blend them out with the 1.5 and the half clip. Now it's time for the 1/2 clip. So the 1.5 clip, this will let you blend out the top line, because you see there's two lines. There's this line and then there's the top line. So it'll try to help you blend that part out. So same thing, C-scoops all the way around until you kind of get that blend. And you don't want to go too high, or else you're going to have to go with the 1 clip and then go up higher to blend it all back. And it's annoying because you just have to go around in circles. So let's not mess this up. Oh, and when you're using these, you don't want to have it all the way open. You don't want to have it all the way open. You want to move that to halfway. So this is all the way closed. So you want to do it halfway. That way you can get right in the middle. You can kind of compare this side. I don't know if you can see it very well to this side. So you kind of are getting rid of that higher line. Now, thanks to live shows, I became pretty ambidextrous, so I can use my left hand and my right hand. So I think that's a huge plus for me to be able to get this fade on both sides. If I had to do this all with my right hand, I think that'd be really difficult. Okay, so we're swapping out to this clip. This is the half clip, and this is the last guard that we're gonna use. The blades are still gonna stay in the middle, so I haven't moved this from, so it stays in the middle. That way you can get that last line, well, second to last line, actually. So we're just hitting that bottom line. You don't want to go up too high. C-scooping all the way around to fade out that second to last line. Now, if I did this correctly, you should be able to see how it blends from bottom to top. And the only thing that's missing now is that first line we did with the trimmer all the way around. Once we get that, we're complete. Well, I'll go with the scissors. I use scissors to cut this top part, and then that's it. This last part is tricky. We want to take off the guard from the clippers, and then we want to move it all the way closed. That way we can get the closest cut to erase that first line. And then there's little dots on this thing. You want to go 1, 2, 3, and that's it. So we're gonna go 1 and erase the first line, then erase a little bit higher, erase a little bit higher, and then erase a little bit higher. Okay, I'll try my best to try to show what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher. We're gonna go up a little bit higher. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. And then all the way open to go to the last height. Did I erase it? Now you're basically going to repeat the same pattern all the way around, including the back of your head. And I go a little bits at a time. I don't try to cover too much surface area. That way I can get that clean fade. This is how it looks all the way around, blended with the blades with no guard. Okay, and there's one more missing piece. This right here is a shaver. And with the shaver, you basically you get it nice and bald. Now you don't want the shaver to go up too high. So you just kind of touch the edges, just to bald out the edges. Okay, so it went all the way around. Check it out. Completely shaved all the way around. Okay, the last little bit. This is a little squirt bottle. I want to dampen out the hair. This way I could cut it easily. Now for this part, I look at myself directly in the mirror. And I kind of just trim, kind of like hedges. If you ever did landscaping or like yard work, you get some like hedges and then you cut the bushes with the big ass scissors. Well, I do the exact same thing, but you want to get yourself a pair of hair scissors too, because hair scissors cut really, really well. Now for me, I like a little length in the front, so I don't want to cut too much, but I do just kind of cut around it, just to add a little bit of texture. So when I put some product on it and blow dry it, it kind of gives it a whole Super Saiyan look to it. And now that it's all trimmed up with the scissors, faded from the sides and the back, it's time to shower up and show you how the end product looks. Okay, and here is the end result. I cut it, and I'm feeling pretty proud of myself. What do you guys think? Not bad for cutting it myself, right? So just to give you a heads up, I've been cutting my own hair since the beginning of the pandemic. Ever since no barbershops could cut your hair, I was at home and I decided to buy myself some barber equipment. That way I could try to cut it by myself. In the beginning, terrible job. As I started doing it over and over again, I'm trying to be consistent in cutting it every single week, so I'm getting a lot better at cutting it myself. I know that there's still some parts that need to be faded a little bit better, but I'm satisfied with what I can do and just like shape the hair that I want to. And it makes me feel good about myself that I'm able to groom myself. Oh, and I thought I wasn't gonna do this, but I decided to leave the Amazon affiliate links for the equipment that I used in the description below. So if you wanna take a look at that, there might not be exactly the same thing, but it basically can give you the same result, as long as you follow the steps that I laid. And if you're curious to see what YouTube video I use to learn how to cut my own hair, I also left it in the description below, so check it out. Now there's something about cutting your own hair that feels very relaxing. It calms your stress and anxiety. And if you deal with stress and anxiety, click right here. That way you can watch a video on 5 different ways to conquer stress and anxiety.